Okay, so next this is my avicularia urticans spiderling. As you can see, it's quite a bit bigger than when I first got it at the BTS show. Gorgeous little spiderling, absolutely beautiful. I love with these little avics. Some of them are real metallic-y blue, like your a.versicolour, a.laeta, ones like that. But I like with the urticans and the amazonica. I know the azuroclassi and the bicycle is similar. When they've got like these beautiful stripes on the abdomen, you can see they're absolutely gorgeous. Really love these avics. Again, I keep the humidity relatively high and the ventilation high. A lot of people go on about the difficulty of keeping avicularia genus when they're small, having sort of sudden deaths and stuff. I personally have never ever had a problem with any avics using these containers. Not once. I've never had any problems, never lost an avic due to just random causes like some people have. They eat really well, really hard hitting I find, and they just grow fine. I do keep these in arboreal enclosure. This isn't actually how I keep it. I do keep it vertically. It's just so I could, because it was on the lid, so I could show you. I just laid it on the side, but the principle is exactly the same for all the other arboreals that you've seen just now. So, and again, these guys are really chilled out, you know, sort of easily handleable, all that sort of stuff. For anyone that wants to sort of get into beginner species arboreals, really good species to keep. I just think all avics are awesome, but yeah, beautiful species. Okay, so here's my next one, which is c.cyaneognathus, which is the blue-fang tarantula. Obviously it's not an arboreal tarantula, it's a phosphoral tarantula, which is the word we use for an obligate burrowing tarantula. So yeah, I'm using an arboreal, the same way I use for the arboreal setups, as you can see there. I'm using the same container in the same way, but obviously here I'm using a lot more substrate, and I'm using the hide as a way of extending the burrow. The aim of this was actually, I was hoping that I would be able to see into the burrow when it used it, but obviously it's webbed it all up so I can't actually see in at all. These guys like it very humid. I spray it again sort of 2 to 3 times a week. But the one drawback with these enclosures, there's such a lot of ventilation that the humidity does disperse quite quickly, so you do have to spray them quite regularly. But otherwise they are very good. This guy eats a lot, is growing very fast, is lightning fast. I mean, this is definitely the fastest tarantula I have. It is absolutely lightning fast. They're just, yeah, they're pretty mean. I don't think you'd want to get bitten by one of these guys, but they're absolutely stunning, absolutely beautiful. I like all the a.purpurea genus. I want to get all of them ultimately, but this is sort of for me definitely the crown and the jewel for that genus. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. Okay, these two enclosures are for my fringed ornamentals, the p.ornatas. And these are the last two of my spiderlings I've got, so hopefully after this you'll actually see some tarantulas and not just some hides with nothing in. They both molted in the last week or so. Again, exactly the same principle, keep them relatively humid. You can see it's not eating its roach there, so it's probably not quite ready to eat yet. But I absolutely love the ornatas, and they get massive. They get to about sort of 10-11 inch leg span. And if anyone's seen the Tarantula Guy 1976 bite report when he, 76 bite report when he got bitten by an ornata, you'll know that it's definitely one you just don't want to get bitten by. But yeah, really cool tarantula, one of my favourites. So yeah, let's get on to some actual tarantulas that you're going to be able to see, so you can actually see something interesting. Cool. Okay, so next we got the p.rufilata, the red slate ornamental. This is, I can never decide what my favourite pokey is, but this is definitely up there. The camera does not do this justice at all. This thing is like olive green with yellows. yellow bits all over it. It's got sort of purpley pink highlights all over it. It's absolutely stunning. This one actually molted. Sorry about that. This one actually molted not too long ago. Bit of a surprise molt, to be honest. I wasn't expecting it to molt at all. Wasn't expecting it to molt at all. It's unfortunately an immature male, which I am truly gutted about. I'm now on the hunt for a female. If anyone knows anyone that is selling an adult female ufilata, I am interested in buying one. But yeah, this is absolutely gorgeous. Same principle, high humidity and good ventilation. I've got ventilation on the sides. This is just a vertically orientated Tupperware box, as you can see, with wood and sphagnum moss inside. There was a water bowl, but again it wasn't really sort of working out. It kept tipping the water bowl over, so I removed it. But I'm going to be making a new enclosure for this one out of perspex, just like I did for the p.metallica. Very, very soon. I'm going to be ordering a load of perspex very soon. So you'll see once I've made them. But yeah, as you can see, sphagnum moss. There's about 1.5 inches substrate, cork bark, and the tarantula's pretty happy in there. So yeah, let's move on to the next one. I forgot also to say the p.rufilata is again one of the biggest pokies you can get. They get to about 11 inches, so they get absolutely colossally huge. So you want to be careful with them, and they need big enclosures when they're adult. Okay, so next we're on to the Avicularia amazonica, which is, I think, my favourite of the avics that I've got. I've had this one since it was tiny, if anyone can remember. This is heavily in pre-molt. I don't know if you can see there that you can see the black underskin where it's lost hairs. So I'll do a video of this once it's malted, because it's going to look absolutely beautiful. These guys apparently get to about 11 inches. And it's absolutely stunning. It's got the beautiful marks on its abdomen, those sort of tiger stripes. It's got sort of reds, oranges, blues. It's just beautiful. If you guys remember, I did a handling video of this girl, and absolutely fine to handle, no problems whatsoever. Really chilled out and just amazing. I love the species. I keep it spread about sort of once or twice a week. The humidity's not, the ventilation is not as high as it is in the cricket tubs, so you don't have to worry so much about losing all the humidity quite so quickly. But I'm also going to be upgrading this into one of my homemade enclosures once I've got the perspex. So as soon as this molts, it's into a better enclosure, which you guys will see all the transfers for all those, because I'm going to make a few of those enclosures hopefully within the month. So yeah, there's going to be a lot going on. But yeah, these guys eat like mad. Really, really good eaters, and just generally amazing. Very handleable, chilled out. The worst they're going to do to you is poo all over you, and that's it. So yeah, let's go on to the next one. Okay, next is my Avicularia minatrix, which is the smallest Avicularia that I own. It's a dwarf species, and they are absolutely gorgeous. This is an adult female. I'm looking for an adult male so that I can try and mate her, and they're absolutely gorgeous. Again, I keep the humidity relatively high, ventilation high, because that's what they're like. This one, I don't find her a particularly hungry eater. She doesn't eat that much at all. I don't really know why, but she just doesn't. There's a roach in there that she's not eating, which I'll have to remove. This is also another one that I'm going to be rehousing into some of my nice perspex tanks, because I hate the fact that she's in here. It just doesn't do her justice. So I'm going to be rehousing her with along with the others. Absolutely gorgeous species, just so beautiful. I really, really like them. Again, yeah, they're relatively handleable if that's what you want to be doing. And a good sort of introduction to the arboreal tarantula world. Definitely encourage people to get these, because they're just beautiful. Really, really pretty tarantulas, and you know, they're not big, so you don't need massive tanks to keep them. Let's just get her moving so you guys can. Such a pretty tarantula. Love it. Okay, let's move on to the next one.